Have you ever heard of a place that seems to swallow time itself? A place where compasses spin wildly, electronics fail, and people disappear without a trace. Today, we re-venturing into the heart of one of the world's most enigmatic and terrifying locations, the Blood Dunes. Stretching across an uncharted expanse of the Great Sahara, the Blood Dunes are named for their striking, crimson-red sand. But it's not the color that makes this place infamous. It's the unsettling stories that have seeped out from its shifting sands for centuries. Local legends speak of it as a cursed land, a Bermuda Triangle of the desert, where the very laws of physics seem to break down. The earliest recorded accounts come from ancient trade caravans. Seasoned guides, who knew the desert like the back of their hand, would speak in hushed tones of a red void where the sun and stars would vanish, and the path forward would dissolve into a sea of identical, blood-red hills. Intida caravans, laden with spices and silks, would enter the dunes and never be seen again. They didn't just get lost. It was as if they were erased from existence. Fast forward to the early 20th century. During the age of exploration, numerous expeditions were launched to map this mysterious region. One of the most famous was the 1927 expedition, led by the British explorer, Colonel Alistair Finch. Finch was a no-nonsense, highly respected figure, known for his meticulous planning and skepticism of local superstitions. He set off with a team of 20 experienced men, state-of-the-art equipment for the time, and enough supplies for 3 months. Their goal was simple: cross the Blood Dunes and document whatever they found. They sent back regular radio updates for the first 2 weeks. The initial reports were mundane descriptions of the landscape, temperature readings, the usual, but then the tone of the messages began to change. Finch's dispatches became frantic and disjointed. It spoke of a disorienting hum that seemed to emanate from the dunes themselves. Compasses were useless, swinging erratically. Their chronometers, essential for navigation, were all showing different times, some running fast, others slow. The last message ever received from the Finch expedition was chilling. The radio operator, in a panicked voice, reported that the sun had set in the wrong part of the sky. He claimed that moments before, they had seen a mirage. Not of an oasis, but of a strange, metallic city shimmering on the horizon. Then, just static. A massive search and rescue operation was launched, but they found nothing. No equipment, no bodies, not a single footprint. It was as if Colonel Finch and his entire team had been swallowed by the sand. Decades later, in the 1960s, a geologist flying a small survey plane over the area reported a bizarre anomaly. His instruments went haywire as he flew over the dunes. He described seeing the sand below shift and swirl in unnatural patterns, almost like a liquid. But the most shocking part of his report was a photograph he managed to snap before his camera malfunctioned. The grainy, black and white image, when developed, appeared to show something metallic and angular, half buried in the sand, something that looked eerily similar to the strange city described in Finch's final transmission. The object was never found again. So what is going on in the Blood Dunes? Skeptics and scientists have proposed several theories. One popular explanation points to massive, underground deposits of magnetic iron ore. These deposits could create a powerful, localized magnetic field, explaining the compass malfunctions and electronic failures. This magnetic field could even be strong enough to induce auditory and visual hallucinations, accounting for the humming sound and strange mirage. Another theory suggests the presence of rare geological formations that, under specific atmospheric conditions, can create powerful infrasound waves. Infrasound is sound at a frequency too low for humans to hear, but it's been known to cause feelings of anxiety, dread, and disorientation, and can even produce visual phenomena in the corner of one's eye. This could explain the overwhelming sense of panic reported by those who venture near the dunes. But what about the time distortions? The clocks running at different speeds, the sun setting in the wrong place. This is where the theories take a turn towards the extraordinary. Some fringe physicists have speculated about the possibility of a gravitational anomaly or a localized space-time warp. The idea is that an immense concentration of mass or energy, perhaps from a meteorite impact deep beneath the sand, could be bending space and time in its vicinity. According to this theory, Entering the blood dunes would be like stepping into a different frame of reference, where time flows at a different rate. This could explain how entire expeditions could vanish in what seems like an instant to the outside world. While for them, days or even weeks might have passed. And then there's the most speculative theory of all, one that connects to the strange metallic city. Could the blood dunes be the site of an ancient, buried alien technology? A device that is still active, manipulating the environment around it. This would explain the unnatural patterns in the sand, the electronic interference, and perhaps even the disappearances. Are the people who vanish being taken? Or are they simply being disintegrated by an energy field they don't understand? In 2018, a satellite equipped with ground-penetrating radar passed over the region. While most of the data remains classified, a leaked image supposedly showed a massive, perfectly circular anomaly buried hundreds of feet beneath the center of the blood dunes. The official explanation was a natural geological formation, but too many. It looks suspiciously like a manufactured structure. To this day, the blood dunes remain largely off. The region is deemed too dangerous for travel, and governments warn all pilots and explorers to steer clear. The mystery of what lies beneath that crimson sand, and what happens to those who dare to enter, remains unsolved. Is it a geological freak of nature, a gateway to another dimension, or the resting place of something not of this world? The sand keeps its secrets. It swallows time, it swallows light, and it swallows anyone who gets too close. The story of the blood dunes is a stark reminder that even in our modern mapped-out world, there are still places that defy explanation. Places that are truly, terrifyingly unknown. What do you think is the secret of the blood dunes? A natural phenomenon, or something more? Let me know your theories down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.